We just got a new package in from Auxbeam. Let's open it up and see what we got here. Cool, check these out. We got some square driving lights here. They even come with some amber colored covers to put on the lights. Got a mounting kit, and it comes with a whole bunch of wiring to make installation a breeze. Let's see what we got in this box. All right, what we got here is a 6-gang multi-function switch panel. For anybody that's ever done any wiring of auxiliary circuits and auxiliary lighting themselves knows what a pain it can be to have to wire up a relay with the low amperage side and the high amperage side and keep all that wiring nice and clean and neat. What this does is it makes it very convenient to add up to 6 different circuits and keep all the wiring nice and clean and very easy to install. What we got here is these little stickers that you can add onto the switch pod. And basically, you can make these circuits anything you want. You can run fan circuits, you can run auxiliary circuits, you can run different lights, horns, anything. These really make installation of auxiliary lighting and whatever else you want to add an absolute breeze. Here's the switch panel where you can basically put the different stickers for whatever circuit you want to add to your vehicle. Here is the switch assembly itself. All of the little relays and such are contained inside this module. They even give you a 50-amp main breaker, which is nice because it seems like a lot of kits that I've used in the past don't come with these and you have to order these separate. That's a nice little bonus. Then what we got here is some wiring to run it to the battery to keep everything nice and clean. This is really nice right here too. I was actually going to run to the parts store to buy one of these. I didn't realize it came with one. So how this works, it comes with a little 5-amp fuse. You can run this right into your fuse box so you don't have to go and find the switched auxiliary lighting or the switched auxiliary power somewhere under your dash. So all you do is just put this into the box and then run this out to this assembly so that you don't have to have to tie into wires under the dash or in other inconvenient places. And the other good thing about this is when you shut the key off, as long as you put it to the right fuse, it'll shut this all off and you can't accidentally leave one of the lights on to kill your battery. And then here's the other side of the power wire that will plug into this. Let's open this up and see what we got here. Got the fuses, everything in there, all nice and neatly organized. So what we got here are different amperage level circuits. So for your 30-amp circuits, you can run to right here. For your 20-amp circuits, you can run to right here, and 10-amp circuits, you can run to right here. So what this does is it makes everything nice, neat, and clean so that you don't have to run a separate relay for each of these. In the past, before they had these nice switching units, you had to basically wire up everything to a relay yourself, and all those wires to switches and relays, that can get to be a bit of a mess. But look at how neat and clean and simple this makes it. So this is our 2015 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. This is probably one of our favorite vehicles that we've ever had, and this is what we're going to be installing our auxiliary switch panel on. Alright, so our first step, what we're doing is determining the best location that we could find for the switch assembly. And for me, I wanted to keep it next to all the fuses and everything. It's all nicely right here, short wire run to the battery, then all the fuses are right here. This still opens up and you can still access all the fuses right there, and the wires will run out the backside to there. This hood's pretty full in there. I just didn't see a whole lot of other options to put this. I really tried to look around everywhere. Even tried to look around up under the fender. The problem with up under here is you get a lot of mud and dirt and all that stuff. Me personally, I just kind of like this location. Next, what we got to do is run this switch controller wire into the cab. That's another reason I put this out here rather than in the cab, is I like to try and keep everything out here and it's less stuff going through the firewall. So what we're doing is putting this wire, we're putting this wire right here. This goes to the switch assembly in to the controller, and we found a hole in our Jeep right here in the firewall that we got this through. We're going to run it up there, and we decided to mount ours up there. Once again, that's just a matter of preference. You can mount yours anywhere you want. Some people might want to mount them there, but if you mounted something like around here, you'd have to stay out of the way of the airbag. Something else to watch out for. People could mount them down there. People kind of mount this stuff all over. We decided to keep ours up there completely out of the way. So that's our plan moving forward. So what we've got here, we've got the controller wire that's going to run in through here, through the firewall up to the controller. So then we've got our hot, we've got our ground, and what I did was run it right here to this big breaker. I ran the hot one, and then I'm going to put this other hot wire from the other side of the breaker right to the terminal right there. So everything's really close together, and we'll have this big 60 amp breaker for the high amperage side. For the control side, they come these two little fuse circuits that you can add into the fuse block. And what's so nice about this is they send two different sizes. So you can either the smaller size fuse or the bigger size fuse, automotive fuse. So when you basically open the box, you can pick a spot that's open. And say I've got a smaller one right there, I can just use the smaller one and tap off a circuit right there. Or if you have a bigger one, you can take off that one as well. So what's nice about that is it's just a very short run right here to the controller. I could poke a little hole through this controller, through this fuse box, and then just cover it with a little silicone to keep it weatherproof. And then I've got my power wire right here, and I keep everything all together right here. And what I'll do is I'll go through and zip tie all this together and keep it nice and tight. So therefore, all I got to do in the future to add circuits is just run two wires through right here for all my accessory lighting needs. So it keeps it all nice and neatly together right here. And you don't have all these extra fuses and all these extra switches all over the place. So here is a typical relay assembly that I'm talking about. And this is a nicely done relay assembly. However, you can still see there's a lot to it. You got a fused circuit right here. You got the size of the big relay, and then you have all the wiring. And this would just be for one circuit, for one lighting circuit. Now let's compare that in size just to this entire box right here. Look at the size of that. Then let's compare it to this box right here this is like the equivalent of having 6 relays inside of it, yet all the wiring is all just neatly contained in here. And imagine if you had 6 of these, and 6 of all this wiring, and 6 of all the different wiring leading to the battery and everywhere else, and all the switches inside your cab. That could be a lot of stuff. This is the point right here, is look at how concise and neat you keep everything. All I have to do is run 2 wires to each of these to power up to 6 separate circuits. And I don't have to add any more relays, I don't have to add any more wiring other than the lighting to the circuits. That's one of the main benefits of this, is just keeping everything as concise as you can. So the first accessory lights that I'm going to put on are some square lights that are going to go right here. What I'm planning on doing is hiding the wiring and putting it down underneath here, and then it will go to this plug that I have right here. And what I started to do was run these along here. I always like to go along existing wiring and zip tie them there. And then I come up through here, and then all I have to do is terminate this end on whatever one of these I want. Because these lights are a pretty small load, I'll probably use one of these smaller amp fuses so that I can save these bigger ones for future projects. We are making really good progress on this. So what we've got our switch assembly all put together right there. All the wires come through here. We've got our power wires, and then our auxiliary power wires going out to everything else. We still have our fuse. You can still get to access to the fuse assembly as well. So we'll put that all back together. That is all neatly put back together. All the wires are all run together right here. We have our main circuit breaker right here coming off the battery. That's 60 amp running back to here, and then along the same line we have all of our power running out to the different lights. So what I've got right here ready to go, I've got my my harness. So I'm waiting for a bracket to come in the mail that's going to go right here where I'm going to mount my cube accessory lights. It's going to mount right here, and then what we're going to do is just plug it in right here. So my plan is just to run the wire right down here and hook to right there, so everything will be nice and neat and clean. Moving inside, what we've got is our auxiliary, our switch panel. So we could have mounted it anywhere. That's the thing about this. You can mount this stuff anywhere. It's all just based on opinion, you know, wherever you want to put it. And we wanted to put it up here, kind of out of the way. So what I started with, in the future, we'll probably throw a light bar on here. So I put a switch for a light bar, a couple auxiliaries and accessories. I got a rock lights, and then the cube lights right here. So that's how I set this up. All right, so now we're getting ready to put the lights on the front. Good job, Maddie. All right, so what we're doing is running the wire back down through here. We loosen this panel up, and all we got to do is then hook it up to the other end that we have waiting down in there. There you go. Look at that. All right, Maddie, you ready?
Yep.
Let's turn it on. Whoa, look at how bright those are. We're gonna have to see how bright they are. Whoa, it's blinding me. All right, Maddie, let's see how those push buttons work. Show us. Do it again. Do it again. How easy is that, Maddie?
You just push it?
It's super easy, huh? Cool. So we got everything installed here. So I've got these nice new lights. Look at that, Auxbeam. These nice new Auxbeam lights installed. And I even decided, I had some rock lights laying around. I decided to throw some rock lights on here just for some extra accent lighting, just so people can kind of get the idea. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn the lights off and turn these lights on and see how they look. The kit comes with these really easy to follow and really easy to read instructions that talk about all the different functionalities of this controller. To upload the app, it was a breeze. You put your phone right over, it pulls up on the App Store, and then you just click it to download. So let's go over some of the features of this controller. So up here we've got the controller, and then we've got the app that I downloaded on my phone. The app is super easy to download on your phone, and then what you can do is put the different icons. So basically the controller on your phone looks exactly like the controller up there. So you can control everything from Bluetooth from your phone. So basically you can just put the icons on there. You can go to the default icon library and then just put any of the icons there to match what's up on your controller. Standing outside the vehicle right now, what I can do is set each of these to a different function. For example, on these corner cube lights, if I want to make them momentary, I can just push the button. See how it just stays on while I push it, then back off? That's another option that you can do with this controller. We go to mode and then pulsed. Let's see what this looks like. Pulsed. So I change it to pulse. Now I'm going to hit it. See that? So if you want to do a flashing light function, you can right there. So if I want to get that back off there again, I just go to mode, toggle. We go back here and I can turn it on and off just with my controller, just with my phone. Now how cool is that? So the rock lights, I can turn those on right outside the vehicle. Same thing, I can do that. I can put them on momentary, I can put them on pulsed, all of that just off my phone. And that Bluetooth right to the controller. There's another cool thing here that you can do as well. See the backlight up there? You can change the colors right here on your phone just by going like that. I can pick pretty much if I want it blue, if I want it red, green, yellow, or anything in between, which is kind of nice because maybe you don't want green all the time. Maybe green hurts your eyes. Who knows? Maybe you just prefer red or a lighter color. But look at how cool that is. Once again, we can turn these lights off right there, or I can turn them off right there. This controller has so many different functions on it. When I originally got this controller, I didn't even realize that it had the capability of Bluetooth and the momentary and different pulse functions. So look at that. These things look great. Super easy to install. Then what we do is we go to the controller, we turn our cubes on and off, we turn our rock lights on and off. These really make installation a breeze. So what we're gonna do is go try these out outside in the dark, see how they look. Whoa, look at that. Lights it up. Off again. On.